And
Just off the
welcome
cuff too.
to Dragon Ball Legends podcast. I don't even remember what episode this is.
Yeah, what's going on?
I don't. I don't remember what episode this is. What episode is this?
This is like 16,
Okay, we're going
16
with.
or some shit.
We're so horrible. We don't even remember what episode we're on. Like,
Look, man. Nobody's gonna care until like 15 years down the line.
There's gonna be like an internet historian who comes back and looks at this weird.
No, you know what? We're gonna try to keep Legends up as long as possible, man. I don't care if the forum RP is like dying. Legends is gonna be the one that fucking prevails.
It's only dying because people aren't providing enough. I mean, that was the whole reason I wanted to create the podcast and like a Twitter and all that. Is that if you create enough, if you give more to people, they might be more inclined to keep this alive, and that's good. If the others die off, like fuck them. I mean,
I want all the RP sites to die off so their members can just come to us.
Yeah. Hopefully. I mean, that's a long shot because, you know, the thing is you need the community to keep people interested in the art form in the first place, so I don't know.
Well, yeah, but, I mean, you know, mass site migrations happens every couple of years.
I'm so fucking swamped right now, man. It's ridiculous.
That's why you need to get drunk and have fun with your buds. Crack open a cold one, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, I got between. So this is the problem right now with Legends. I got a whole bunch of forum posts open, and on top of that, I got to keep Moth Violet running so that way I can eventually meet up with Rakutsu, or that's gonna die in the water. And then also ROM. You know, I want to. It's gonna be mostly up to you, man. I don't have the time to really grind ROM to make him super. Like, I see what Pan's doing with her 500 posts. Like, she just keeps posting like 500 words a day or something. So she's just gonna build up a strong post. But basically, me and you working together is probably gonna keep.
Yeah, she's doing those little 500 word posts, and she has so many fucking modifiers that she doesn't even need to do a 1,000 word post or anything like that. But I mean, we have those fucking modifiers now too. So and not only that, it's like we have the shit that gives us like extra power level.
Yeah, so
we'll catch up to her.
I'd imagine I'm gonna grind a little bit, but not as much as. I mean, you're the one who's super excited and energetic about it. I'm like, I'm doing fucking homework, and he's like, yo, man, I got this whole, like, we're going to change the ranks, and we're going to do, like, this super training, and I'm like, alright, I'm going to be there, eventually.
Yeah, I need somebody who's just as motivated as I am. Rom's too fucking boomer.
I would be motivated if I didn't have, like, shit, I wish. You know,
hey, that was your choice. That was your choice. You wanted to go back to college, nerd.
I don't got another choice. I need to make more money. I'm getting old.
That's why you should have got rich.
I mean, it's either
get yourself on them corners, boy, and start working them. Come on.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
Hey, you know what? You know what's a really good way, a really good hustle nowadays? OnlyFans.
OnlyFans.
There you go.
Yeah. Be on OnlyFans.
OnlyFans. If you can get a girl that's down with making some porn with you, bro, OnlyFans is a hustle. Yeah.
It's got to be.
Yeah, there's porn stars and shit on there now, sending naked pictures to dudes for so much money a month and shit.
Yeah, it's more money than you make on Pornhub, man. And Pornhub is pretty profitable too. Shit. You get enough views. I mean, I be seeing amateur porn videos with like 1 million fucking views on them, so you know the person that made that video is getting some money off of that.
That is true. Porn.
You know, that's it.
Porn
generates a lot of fucking views.
That might be the move, man. The porn.
I mean, hey, it's not like porn is taboo like it used to be. Everybody and their mama watch fucking porn nowadays.
Yeah, but I want it to be.
They always did, but you know.
I want it to be like artsy porn. Like it's like you're like whoa. It's like oh shit. So it's like I don't know. It's gonna have to be
Hey,
like
there's a market for everything, man. The sexual marketplace is all inclusive.
yeah. I want to educate people while we're doing the porn. Like it's like you blow
They
the
got
line.
they got a Pornhub just for transgender people.
No, that's cool.
You know how far we've come, man. We got a Pornhub just for gay and transgender people. Come on, man. The sexual marketplace it has grown
Yeah.
larger than it ever has.
It's because blues like
Yeah,
straights.
no,
Yeah.
that's not true.
Yeah, that's why that's the first thing that came up.
No, no.
So no.
So what? Fucking Moth Violet's a trap now?
No, why would you think that? That's horrible.
Nah, you started talking about traps. Moth Violet must be a trap.
No.
Somebody got to trap Rakutsu.
Oh God! I mean, you want that guy to commit suicide in C-Box?
Yeah, they haven't had sex yet, so he doesn't know.
They're too young to have sex. The thing
What,
is,
what do you mean? How old are they? Like 14, 15?
Moth Violet's 15, and Rakutsu, for whatever reasons, like, oh, I'm only 13. I'm like, well, this is, you know.
Okay.
So they hug. That's their thing. That's third base for them is hugging, or some shit. I don't know.
Gay.
Yeah.
Super gay.
Pickle is like gay.
Super gay.
The law says 18, but nature says
Man.
18, motherfucker.
Now, I wish I was playing the Saiyan back in the day when you were playing Rominus.
Oh man, back when I had that. Oh man, when you were reading some of that shit, like I could feel my anger in it. That's what I liked about it.
Yeah, man. Cause see, I was inspired enough to like go along with my own character and do my own shit, but I wasn't inspired enough to be a Saiyan also, because everybody was like shitting on your Saiyan plot.
Of course they were.
Well, I mean, in the end, everybody was shitting on Model Blues too. So it's like, in the end, you know, I should have just. Remember that fucking ninja character that Rom like met one time?
Ninja character? Like who was that?
It was like the face clan was Sub-Zero from the old Mortal Kombat games.
Oh God, yeah. He was like, he was basically the he was a Deadpool of Anthology, basically.
Yeah, he was Anthology Deadpool because he was like Sub-Zero. He was using like the real person digitized face claim from fucking the old Mortal Kombat games. He had ice powers, and every time I would like use a different element, I would just change to a different ninja from Mortal Kombat. So it's like whenever he was using fire powers, he was Scorpion. Whenever he was using ice powers, he was Sub-Zero. Whenever he was using fucking like water powers, he was Rain. So like,
Yeah,
and then Mantine killed him.
Of course she did.
Cause he was like trying to kidnap Marin for some reason, and then Android 18 showed up and just vaporized him.
Yeah. It was amusing to watch like Blues, like he would try to make plans and they would always get foiled or destroyed and he would get pissed.
Because this was back in the day when I didn't know how to fucking make plans. Well, see, I knew how to make plans, but they were very basic plans on the level of if somebody like Baron could come in and fucking logic his way through it and destroy it and dismantle it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's like a plan. It's like, oh, I'm going to take over the world. It's like, well, how are you going to do that? The Earth Defense Force is doing this and this and this and this and this. I'm like, well, damn, motherfucker. It's like, shit. I ain't got to that part yet. Can I make the plan up first? You know, it's like motherfuckers like the EDF and shit holding me back. It's like, motherfucker, can't no villain. It's like, I actually used to agree with Iona on this point. It's like, can't no villains operate on Earth because that's where all the fucking heroes are.
Well, yeah, I mean, it was just, they were too overpowered. Like, there has to be a balance. That was one of the problems.
Right. And see, I feel like here on Legends, we kind of do have a little bit of a balance here. Because even though Pan is like 100 KPL, she doesn't fucking do anything.
I don't even think she could fight in combat anyway, so, I mean, it doesn't really
Exactly. It's like she doesn't really do anything. The only character I see her actually doing things with is Miharu, and she's like a regular human that needs a mech suit like fucking Astrid or some shit.
I mean, if
And I mean, Miharu's not a bad character. I don't think she's a bad character. It's just like she's not a fighter. So,
I mean,
and Pan is the one that got all the fucking power. So it's like you don't do anything with Pan.
Here's the thing. If I had more time, man, I mean, I probably still want to do it, but if I just had the feeling like I just wanted to wreck some shit, like I would grind ROM, get him about 200,000. By that time, I'd have like, I don't know, I'm gonna have like 5 of those bodyguards. So I'll just go to, I would either I'd wait for fucking Iona to come to Sadala, or I'd beat him to Vegeta, and then I'd just go there, kill him, and then I'd go to Earth and I'd be like, okay, now what are you gonna do? I got 200,000 power level, and I got all my minions are half my power, so that means they're 100,000. And then I'll just wipe out everybody on Earth and just call it a fucking day. It's like, oh, game over. I guess the game's over. I guess you gotta start it over again. Because then I'm just gonna genocide fucking Earth. So it'd be over.
Well, here's the plan with Radazu. He's gonna fucking start taking over planets as soon as he gets to like, cause with the tyrant power level, with like the class bonus missions and shit, I'm gonna get like fucking power level out the ass. So I'm not even concerned about that. He's gonna start taking over planets and shit, and even though Rom's gonna be the one ruling the empire, Radazu is gonna get. You know how like the Imperial Japan, you know, you had the Emperor, and then you had like the Shogun, right?
Yeah.
Ram is going to be the Emperor, and Radazu is going to be the Shogun. He's going to be ruling the planets. He's going to be taking over shit. He's going to be leading the army. You know, you have Corona commanding the fleet, but, you know, Radazu is actually going to be commanding the army itself, you know, giving out the orders and shit. You know, Corona, she's going to be maneuvering the ships and everything, making sure everybody gets where they need to be. But Radazu is going to be the actual one on the field, commanding the troops and shit like that. And see, the plan is, because the Saiyans are so limited in their manpower right now, Radazu is just going to start absorbing the armies of all of these former PTO warlords and shit. Every warlord he defeats, he's just going to absorb their army. He's going to be like, hey, you join me, and I'm not going to fucking kill you. Alright? So, that's how he's going to build up the stellar army.
So we're gonna add aliens to our ranks.
Yeah. I mean, we might as well, because it's like, the Saiyans, because see, Radazu sees it as like, why waste Saiyans on the battlefield when we can waste all these other races on the battlefield?
It kind of makes sense.
You get me? Because it's like, we wasted so many Saiyans in the Civil War and in the battle with Earth, that it's like, trying to use our forces to go against the entire rest of the galaxy would be idiotic. So why not just use our forces that we have, take over a couple other forces, absorb their forces, and then go after the PTO itself. Because if they can take over the PTO, they'll be unchallenged.
You already know what Rom's plan was. He already told you he's basically gonna try to turn at least like a few dozen Saiyans into Super Saiyans, and he figures with that he could just wipe out the rest of the races in the universe, and it'd just be Saiyans left.
That's why Radazu is gonna try to convince him to be like, hey, I don't like these races just as much as you do, but we could use them.
Yeah, he could do that. If he proves that he can do it and he pulls it off, Ron might reconsider. Because
because the only race Radazu is thinking about, like, actually legit not keeping around is, like, Frieza's race. Because he even sees the value in the Namekians, because, like, without the Namekians, they won't be able to use their Dragon Balls.
Yeah.
Because they need the Namekian language. So even though Namekians have some sort of value to them, unlike Frieza's race.
Well, that's cool, man, because it's like I said, I'm going to be playing probably more of a support role. I'm going to try to keep Rom up with your character, but, like, you know, it's just... I'm only like 15 KPL behind you now. I don't even know. I don't know how things are going to play out. I don't know if Iona's this whole time's been writing like a 20,000 word thing. Let's talk about Iona real quick, because just for a minute, we don't have to do a rant or anything, but like, you know, I feel like he is like the remnants of Anthology that I hate, because he, I don't know what it is, man, but I'm like, I don't have problems really with anybody else anymore. I mean, Gohan's turned around. He's not fucking annoying anymore. I think people get the message. They wanted me to change, and I'm like, no, motherfuckers, you change. Stop being fucking annoying. Like, I'm not, like, look, you know, it'd be one thing if I treated everybody like shit, but I don't. I don't yell at Piccolo because he doesn't do anything to piss me off. It's actually the exact opposite. I enjoy his company, just like you. And do I ever yell at Rakutsu? No. Heather, barely. It's like the last time me and her had it out was because she jumped in to defend one of the Anthoclowns. She just wanted to dogpile in. Now that's not bad compared to the ones that are fomenting the shit, but it's like, no, it's gotta stop. I don't know what happened, but I just was like he just caught me at the right time, or maybe the wrong time, depending on how you think of it, and I just went off. I'm like, look, you create all these characters as reactions to what we do. You don't actually seem to, well, except for the weirdo birds, but I mean, they're not horrible.
They're not even, see, even though with the weirdo birds, they're not even playing the weirdo birds now because they're trying to grind the Kai character. I even asked Forte, I was like, what the fuck happened to their bird character? He was like, I don't know. I was like, well, yeah. They've had so many characters that they just, because, and not only that, it's like they were playing a Kai character when the site first started.
Yeah.
This is just a different Kai character that they're playing.
It wouldn't be so bad if it was somebody who's new or something. He's just like, oh, well, I'm just going to try to take over the universe. But I feel like because, I mean, he's blatantly said that it's like, oh, well, you're my enemy, and like, I'm still holding the grudges. It's like, it feels like he's just here to spoil anything we do. That's the difference. If it was just like, if Rakutsu just randomly said, oh, I'm going to play cooler and take over the universe, I'll be like, okay, well, okay. But it feels, with Iona, it feels more like it's personal. Like, he just wants to ruin anything me and you do. And it's not just me, it's you too. Because I always told you, if I ever left this site, Blues is all sneezing and shit. Like, he would do the same shit to you. Yeah, he's gonna die of the coronavirus. But I mean, I mean, we've been through this a million fucking times, so I don't feel like I should be the one who have to be who Blues be like, you gotta be the better man, Ron. I'm like, I've never been the better man. I've always like yelled at people and been, full of
Look, man, I don't have a problem with you having those type of feelings towards anybody. I just don't want to see these arguments in the C-box and shit.
Well, it's kind of like,
Is it too much to ask for y'all not to argue in the C-box? Is that too much to ask for?
I try, man. It's like, I don't want to go there.
I get it, and I understand on your part. I get it. But is it too much to ask for you to just not say anything? Just ignore it?
Man, I'll try, man, but it's like...
you already know we got this badass fucking plot going on. We got Stoner Piccolo in on the Z-Teens plot right now, man. Like, what the fuck? What the fuck?
The Z-Teens broke up. It's all gone, man. Rakutsu left.
Yeah, Rakutsu sold us out. Well, not exactly, but like...
All there is left is
Rakutsu betrayed us. Rakutsu betrayed us. He wants Daddy Astrid.
I'll kill them both. I don't care.
Yeah. I wonder what Moth Violet would think if she came back. She probably wouldn't be too happy about it.
It's like Piccolo kills Rakutsu and Vegeta kills Moth Violet.
That's so
it's just creating villains.
So fucked up.
It's fucking
Look,
good.
fucking Maz Violet was killing people, man.
Yeah, well, she
You think
was.
Vegeta was just gonna let her live? No, absolutely not.
I wasn't expecting Vegeta to show up. Firstly, and secondly, I shouldn't have done it as a surprise. I should have gave you a heads up what was going to go on, because we had,
Yeah, because we were actually gonna let Maz Violet go. We weren't gonna keep her in prison.
Well, the thing was too is that you were supposed to like not. The whole point wasn't to try to beat her with brute force, but to get through to her. But it just never really
It didn't develop to that point where Oob was friends with her that much.
Yeah.
Oob only knew her as an annoying moth girl.
Nah, you knew her as Dalia too, and she was a lot.
He barely knew her as Dalia.
Yeah. So.
It was more Rakutsu that knew her both sides and like everybody else.
The Hell plot isn't, and the Demon World plot ain't bad. It's just I gotta actually be more proactive. You know, it's not. Like,
I'm gonna say this. I would have preferred going on a Dragon Ball hunt too.
The Dragon Ball hunt would have been awesome, but like that's why I was so mad, because it was like it wasn't just. I don't mind my characters dying, but the fact that it got derailed so many times, only to then get killed, I'm like, dude, it's like this is just ridiculous. You know.
Yeah.
You fucking. They immediately go after Dende, the only person I needed alive to carry out the Dragon Ball hunt. Of course, that's who Forte goes after. You know.
No, right after he starts trying to reset the Dragon Balls.
Yeah.
It's like, I would say Piccolo would be able to, but I looked it up and it's like, apparently Piccolo can't make Dragon Balls even though he's fused with fucking Kami.
Yeah, he might have lost.
Which I think is absolutely fucking retarded, because it's like, if he's fused with Kami, he should be able to create Dragon Balls.
You would think so, but I have no idea.
He should be, but it's like, apparently no, Piccolo can't make his own Dragon Balls.
Nope. Fuck him.
It's like, yeah. So, yeah, I guess I can kind of see what's going to happen in the future. I'm actually really surprised you're so motivated to be a Saiyan. It kind of came out of nowhere, but I guess you were really digging all the space stuff I'm doing, because I don't know why I got turned off by the whole ASCII shit. I don't know why. I just kind of felt like, how about I go to space? Do some space stuff. I like the space stuff. Keeps me at a good distance from stupid. I'm out in the stars. We got some space battles, some nice ships. It's fun. And that's another thing that pissed me off. I'm like, okay, let me go do some stuff in space. What happens, Blues? I don't mind you coming to space, or Piccolo, but what happens? What's the next thing that happens whenever I decide to focus somewhere else? What happens? Like fucking clockwork. Blues is like, what are you doing, snorting cocaine?
No, I'm fucking inhaling weed smoke.
Oh, okay.
God damn, you ain't never heard of motherfucker smoke?
God, Blues, you just, drugs is bad.
Man, I need to take a shot for your bitch ass.
Can't. Drugs is bad, folks. He's not really doing drugs. He's just trying to show off. We don't do drugs.
Yeah, I'm smoking oregano.
He's smoking oregano.
It's not marijuana, it's oregano.
Yeah. What happens, Blues? What happens, Blues? Every time I try to focus somewhere else, what happens? And usually it's good. Usually I like when people, but not when it's... No, Iona always tries to come and ruin it. That's
Well, see, we'll give him the benefit of the doubt that he's on Namek and not, like, the wider space that we're in.
He created that whole character because I made fun of his bird chicks, because I was like, Why don't you leave the space politics to people in space? Because he was like, oh, I don't like the way you're playing Paragus and, you know, this and that. And I'm like, why don't you just play your bird characters and go, like, peck a fucking, I don't know, Sesame Seed Street or something. I don't know. Like, go do some bird shit. Or, like, this is galactic shit. Politics. Keep out of it. And he didn't like that. He's like, I'll show you wrong. I'm going to create this mean Kai person. And I'm like, I mean, okay. You know, okay, I guess, but like, for you to say that you're that high caliber of an RPer to where you care about plot over, like, let's say, out of character grudges, you know, not good. Not good. But, I don't know, let's get off that topic. I already had my piece. I don't know what's gonna happen with all that. But the future Legends, I mean, we're kind of, you know, the thing about Legends right now is we're kind of branching off. You got me and Blues kind of going into space, and Astrid's probably like wondering what the fuck's going on because there's less activity on Earth. It's like, wait a minute, I'm supposed to be important. I'm doing things. I'm like,
well, no, I'll say this. There's some activity on Earth. I mean, Killa's back. Vegeta's kind of reverting back to his villain route. See, I'm kind of reverting back to villain Vegeta.
Yeah, I don't know why. I thought we were gonna have maybe Goku go evil, but it just never happened. More or less because I got tired of playing him. It's like, what else can I do with him? Goku tried. He devised a plan to take Astrid to King Kai's place like he did Cell. It just didn't work out. For whatever reason, he could go. I don't even think the Magic Maestro or Catagon could just like go back to Earth if you just took him to fucking. Because how would they even know where King Kai's place or where they're at? You know, like none.
Yeah.
So that was kind of that would have been more hilarious if he was stuck there for a while. He had to figure out how to get out of there. He was just
I kind of figured fucking Forte was gonna pull some bullshit to where he wouldn't have to stay on King Kai's planet.
Because that would have been interesting. He's just stuck there and they're like eating dinner. And it's like Goku's just already over.
But no, Vegeta's getting tired of Astrid's shit. And he's kind of being like, man, I miss being this way.
You're too old.
Because it's like, he's starting to realize it's like, you know, the world's turning their back on him, and he's been there, you know, fighting since the Cell games, trying to save the world and shit like that, you know. And now everybody sort of hates him because he's like, oh, he's a big scary man who throws around lasers. It's like, motherfucker, I killed, like, Vegeta literally was there killing Turles in fucking, what was it, West City? Like,
yeah.
And now people are like, oh, we don't like Saiyans, we don't like superhumans. It's like, okay, yeah, I get it, Saiyans invaded the planet, but it's like, I was there defending you motherfuckers, and now you wanna fucking turn your back on me? Alright.
That sounds like a Vegeta thing to do.
And you know, Vegeta never really cared about what people thought of him anyway, except for like, you know, actual people with power and shit. He doesn't give a shit about 5PL humans. You know, the only reason he gives a fuck about Earth is because of Bulma and Bulla and Trunks. And Trunks is a grown ass man now, so it's like he can take care of himself. Bulla, she's apparently Bulla can turn Super Saiyan, but I don't know.
You just need more. You need more justification. Like, what should happen is like the ESF just.
Well, I'm not saying he's gonna start fucking blowing up cities and shit. Oh no.
No, what I'm saying is, it's like what you should happen is the ESF start to house arrest, like, you know, Dr. Briefs and Mrs. Briefs, and then.
Well, they already did kind of seize Capsule Corporation.
Bola can't go to school, so she's upset, and all these little things. Over time, it just gets at Vegeta, and he's just like, at some point, he's just snapped. He's like, fuck this. If the world's not gonna be, if the world's not gonna be how it was supposed to be, then I'll make it the way I want it to be. That's how you should do it. You should kind of do it bit by bit.
Well, see, they already kind of forced him out of their home from West City. They forced him out of their mansion and seized Capsule Corporation. So he's already pretty much in hiding with Bulma and Bulla.
That's how I would have done it, though. If I was playing, I wanted to actually play Vegeta before, because Zuka was supposed to play Goku, and I was going to play Vegeta, but when he backed out, I'm like, fuck, I'll be Goku. And then you just played Vegeta, but if I was Vegeta in this situation, I would have done it like that. I would have NPC'd Bulma, and she keeps getting caught up by the law, and they took all her assets.
It's like I like the whole thing with the regulators, but it's like Astrid doesn't want the regulators to go after anybody. It's like, well, why the fuck not?
Well, that
creates conflict.
There's no tension then or conflict. Like Basement was fucking awesome. Like his entrance and his sound powers were.
But every time we bring up the regulators, it's like, oh, I didn't tell them to go do that. It's like, well, what the fuck?
Yeah, that's.
No, every time the ESF or the forces do something, he's like, well, I didn't order them to do that.
He's
like
too.
When they kidnap the fucking kids out of there, he wants us to attack him first so that he has justification.
This is the thing with Astrid. I think I've realized is he wants his villain to be a little bit too perfect, to where he wants us to have no option but to kill him and be the villain, so he wins no matter what. And he should leave it a little bit more open than that. Make the ESF a little bit more flawed, and because it's like, I don't know. It's a weird thing. It's because he avoids conflict so much that I think that's the big problem. Like, I know what he's trying to do, but what he has to realize too is that for this to be entertaining for everybody, you gotta kind of create conflict and keep it going. Like, I get you're trying to be like playing 4D chess and shit, but the 4D chess gotta be interesting. Like, Lelouch plays 4D chess, but everything he does is fucking interesting. Lelouch is fucking amazing. Now, if he did it like that, and there was still a lot of conflict, that would be cool, but, I mean,
I could make the ESF actually be like, no, Astrid, we're going after these motherfuckers. We don't, you're not handling this like you should. Mark Phoenix actually is the fucking commander of the ESF, so it's like, he could be like, you know what, we'll send the regulators in.
What you should do, because, Because
I like the regulators.
Yeah, I do too. I like the regulators. Forte, I don't have any problem with Forte anymore. The thing what you should do is just go talk to Forte and be like, look, I know what you're trying to do with Forte, but you're not creating enough conflict. Because there was a point where I think I've talked to both you and Stunner Pickle. I'm like, dude, we don't have to do shit. Like, even Moth Violet was said it in character. She's like, we don't have to. We don't have to listen to them because they can't stop us. So, she was already at the point where she didn't give a shit whether she was wanted or not, because who's going to stop her? And that was... You remember when I kept saying we're in stalemate? Where Astrid technically rules the Earth, but he can't stop any of us, so it doesn't really matter. His laws don't really matter. And now...
That's why we could bring back Anon and make Maverick and shit like that and start something up with that.
I really did like the Anon plot. That was really good. Like, when I was talking to you that one night, and I'm like, learn about all my characters' backstories so you can kind of, like, turn them against them. Like, because, I told you about, like, Dusty Broom's backstory and Mech Mavericks, and... Yeah, I still want that to happen. I just don't know do you still want to do that? Because then the problem...
we can do that.
The problem with doing that is it splits up our focus. Like, do you want to have 3 running... Because I'd have 3 running plots then. I got Moth Violet and fucking hell fighting, like, ogres and shit. You got Rom in space, and you got, now I'm playing NPC.
Well, Moth Violet is a solo plot, pretty much. Until you get Rakutsu involved.
I'm going to try to make that sooner than later. I'm going to set a deadline for 2 weeks. So if it doesn't happen by 2 weeks from now, I don't even know if it should be that long because I really think I feel bad because it's like Rakutsu never wanted any of this shit. I mean, he was happy just RPing, now and then. So I don't want to rush the plot, but at the same time, I'm not trying to cut off one of my favorite RPers from RPing with me. So I'm like, I might want to rush this shit a little bit and be like, okay, I might just get Raditz, my character, and it's like him, Modified and Moth Yokai. They team up, they kick this ogre's ass, they escape into the demon world, they fight the burrow, they kick his ass. And I think actually that's when Rakutsu's going to meet up with us, is in Demon World. So all I got to do is get to Demon World. So I can do that by Friday. I'm going to set the goal. That's happening by Friday. So at some point during the week in C-Box, we're just going to fight the ogre, beat the fuck out of him. Maybe Paikon shows up last minute, but they already escape, and it's too late. Like Raditz, Sorora, and Moth Yokai escape. And, by the time,
Sorora's not dead, though.
Who's Sorora?
You said Raditz, you meant Moth Violet?
Yeah, Moth Violet. I thought about getting Raditz. I don't know if I want to do that, though, because, God, I don't know if I want to play 3 characters at the same time. That's a lot. Unless I'm really, feeling it, I'm, I got some caffeine in me, and I'm, sober. It's like playing 3 characters well. I could play 3 characters, but playing them really well is a whole different story. So, I don't know. Maybe I'll just keep it Moth Violet and Yokai, and Raditz can just stay in hell for now. So, I don't know. I could have done a lot with the hell plot. I mean, it was really well set up, but I'm like, how long can I keep this shit going with the limited amount of time I got? That's the real problem. It's another one of those instances where it's too ambitious for what I can actually really do, I guess. Like a lot of things I try to do.
Oh, well.
Man, fuck, that's why I wish I was just I wish I was already in my profession. So that way I just have a job and I could just when I get out of work I could just do whatever the fuck I want. It sucks.
Yeah.
Dude, you know what I'm honestly thinking, dude? When this whole coronavirus shit is over, if if cybersecurity doesn't work out, dude, I might just start just doing Lyft and Uber, cause I break even. I did my bills, with my Navy pension. I break even. Well, I would break even. I'm basically $300 in the hole every month. So if I make $300, I'm breaking even. So I could literally just work Lyft and Uber for 3 days, and if I break even, but I mean that's irresponsible as fuck because you're not really saving or any money or anything. But if I just wanted to, I could just do that, literally work 3 hours and just do whatever the fuck I want. Maybe I should just do that for a year or 2. Just fuck it. I'm a responsible adult. I drive around for 3 days and then I break even, and then I just do whatever the fuck I want. I play a sociopathic Saiyan and a fucking angry moth girl. That's my hobbies. And sometimes I walk on the beach and get drunk. There you go. That's my hobbies. I wouldn't mind doing that, but I feel like I'm getting too old for that kind of reckless shit now. Is my age is catching up with me, Blues. I'm all washed up.
Yeah.
I'm all washed up.
Well, Piccolo, what do you think about the status of Legends right now, as far as the plot and everything?
I think I should have killed Astrid a couple of days ago, but it was bullshit. Miharu and that other lady.
Can we kill Can we kill Miharu? Can that happen?
I tried killing both of them, but Gohan kept fucking it up, man.
There's always somebody.
Kira showed up.
There's always somebody fucking making sure Pan never dies. Dude. Nah, we can't do that. I wish we could. I wish we could be that scumbag and we could just make it almost like we really want to kill a Pan character, but we can't do that. It's no. That would make me do a nether ape shit where you just want to bash somebody over the head with a club, so they can just it would feel really good, but it'd be wrong.
Well, you know what? We're slowly catching up to Pan Power. So once we hit the 100K mark.
Well, Miharu could die easily. She's only a sniper, a normal human sniper, right?
Yeah, Miharu, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking
about. The thing is, I think they're trying to get it like, oh, if he kills Miharu, then that's like, oh, he killed an innocent person. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Fuck that.
See, I'm honestly thinking about having Vegeta do it, because if any of the Z fighters just killed somebody, it would be Vegeta.
Dude, I would literally. I wish I could like switch bodies with you for like a day, and I could just go on a rampage as Vegeta and just kill Miharu and fucking Astrid at the same time. Just wipe them out.
Vegeta does not give a shit about any of these people. The only reason he's been so like holding back is because of Bulma and fucking Bulla telling him, "Oh no, don't go do that." You know what I'm saying? That's the only reason. If they hadn't been there to tell him that shit, he would have been fucking blew the shit out of the presidential palace, everything.
Yeah, that'd be pretty.
Vegeta doesn't give a fuck. It's gonna get to that point.
The only problem I see with Legends as it is right now, and it's kind of my fault, because I kind of, what I should have probably had done is I should have waited until this Astrid stuff was over before kind of focusing on space. But sometimes I don't know what it is. I'm just like, I get tired of a certain shit, and I'm like, no, I'm gonna go out in space or something, and it's like, but we kind of spread out all these different stories, because where we could have had it all laser focused on this Earth drama, we've spread everything out, so it's kind of like,
that's your fucking fault.
So maybe you think we should rein it back in a little bit and just keep it Earth for a minute? But it's like, it's kind of almost too late, because things are kind of moving or going in motion. I feel like it wouldn't be right. Either way, it's kind of screwed, because it's like, I don't want to really stop it now, because I kind of like the fact that you're kind of like motivated in space, and I like the stuff in space, but I feel like we're taking away from Earth. But I mean, at the same time,
what is it you want to do on Earth, though? What is it you want to do on Earth?
Dude, there's really nothing.
We got the Astrid plot going on, but it's not really moving forward that much. Like, Astrid's really doing more shit with his new character Lance than he is doing with Astrid right now. So it's like, and then we got the stuff going on with fucking the Time Patrol people, but that's like Time Patrol shit. That's that's not necessarily Earth.
I could do more stuff with Sorora, but I mean, it's like Uben
and Sorora, they're hiding right now. It's like they can't really do much.
Yeah.
Besides train, until the Astrid plot moves forward, it's like Uben and Sorora, they're kind of fucking stuck. They can't go anywhere. I mean, unless I artificially accelerate the plot by having Mark Phoenix send out some more regulators, they're not really going to be doing anything. Radazu is going after planets and shit, so that's something. Katagon, he's not really doing anything anymore. So it's like Radazu is really the only character. Future Trunks, he's doing the Time Patrol shit, so.
No, we actually do got something epic going on in space I forgot about. We gotta break Corona out of the fucking Galactic Patrol prison. Like, Rom got all pissed off, like he was about to go into space and do that shit. Like, this is literally gonna be the first time the universe bears witness to a Super Saiyan who's not, like, good. Because he's gonna go to that planet, he's gonna kill everybody there, get Corona, and then blow the fucking planet up. And then after that, he's gonna be like, you either don't mess with us, and never try to capture any of my people again, or I'm just gonna keep blowing up your planets until I get to your capital and kill your Galactic Patrol King. And that's where it's gonna kind of end. It's not gonna be the end of the Stellar Saiyans in conflict with the Galactic Patrol, but it's gonna end there. Because right now they can't match up against a Super Saiyan, just like they couldn't match up against Frieza. Now, that doesn't say they won't be able to in the future, but for right now, we don't really need a galactic conflict with that faction. It's just more, I just wanted to do a prison break and establish that the Galactic Patrol and the Stellar Saiyans aren't on good terms. I mean...
Right.
But I kind of want to end that conflict because I want to kind of rein it in a little bit. I don't want to... Because if we escalated that conflict, it could literally turn itself into an entire saga on its own, and I'm trying to whoa, we could wait on that. We could do that later. Because
meanwhile, Rabazu is going to go continue taking over. I'm actually going to take over Planet Cold, stats-wise.
Are you going to... What, you're going to be...
I'm going to take over Planet Cold. Yeah, I'm going to take over Planet Cold, kill Cooler, and fucking genocide Cooler's race.
So Blues is following in the footsteps of Rom. Jesus. Oh man, it's gonna be good.
The only thing I'm changing is I'm not making any of them slaves like you did.
Look, I mean, at the time...
No. Don't try to justify it.
I remember
he's just gonna be like, fuck this.
Look,
everybody dies.
Look, when I was an angry noob and I was on a power trip, I'm like, you know what would be cool? To have a whole bunch of PTO slave warriors turn into slave girls. And the Rom's like, yeah, and then that's when it all went downhill from there. And
yep. Tinian, Riven came in.
You all forget. You forget I had a whole coalition of people I had gathered. I had Midnight, I had Jettison. They all fucking flaked out. They all flaked out, and I'm like, well, fuck. I was like, dude, this... You know what I should have done, though? I should have just had it I should have been like, fuck it, stats battle it, just go out. That would have been more epic. If I just gone out like a fucking champ. I wish...
You just had Rom turn to stone or some shit, didn't you?
I don't know what the fuck I did, man. I was I must have been more fucking crazy and unstable than I thought, because some of the shit you read, I'm like, that was me? Holy shit.
Paris, you hear me?
Yeah. The fucking 10
I know you hear me, Paris.
10-minute speech.
God, I wish he was back. God, I miss Paris. Jesus Christ. As much as I hate Zucchino, I miss that player so much.
I do too.
He was a good guy.
As much as I fucked with him, he was willing to take...
He fucked with us.
Well, he carried out the plot till the end, man. He was the only one who...
He fucked with us.
Yeah, that's true too.
Yeah, as much as I hate Zucchino as a character, he really did a lot for Future Trunks as a character. Zucchino is the entire reason Future Trunks kind of went evil for a little bit, had a girlfriend that, Zucchino is the reason my Future Trunks actually got Super Saiyan 2 back on fucking DBA. Because it was after Zucchino had killed FT's, girlfriend, Lara, because she was, in a mental institution, because FT was on some kind of mission, and then Zucchino had visited her, made her go crazy, and so, FT had her in a high security mental institution, and then Zucchino broke in one day, and FT was too late to save her, and he was grieving over her for a long time, and then finally he confronted Zucchino, and in the heat of battle he got Super Saiyan 2 and beat the shit out of Zucchino, but didn't kill him.
Dude, you know what disappoints me, man? You know what would make the Demon World saga or the Demon World shit would have been epic if it was the Z-Teens and Piccolo. I was really looking for it. Would have been epic. It was just a great setup, and it just didn't.
Yeah, I don't know why you fucking did that shit at the ESF headquarters. I don't know why you did that.
Well,
that's all on you, man.
I say
we was gonna let you go.
We can kind of save it. Because I told Rikutsu that what's gonna happen is once they get to Demon World, Mafia is gonna send like a demon minion to let Rikutsu know she's alive, and to come. I don't know how they're gonna get a portal open or do something. I don't give a fuck. We'll just
there's a portal. There's a portal that exists in the DBZ canon to the Demon World. There's a portal to the Demon World.
So if they find if Rikutsu doesn't keep it a secret and be an edgelord and be like, I'm going alone. You guys can still come. We can save the plot if you want to. Or Piccolo could be kind of like the fucking revengeance against the Stellar Saiyans, and he could go with Oob. You know? You could help fight them, too. Because I know Piccolo doesn't really like Saiyans, and if he finds out they're all, like, taking over the universe and shit, he'd probably be not happy. So.
Hell yeah, Piccolo versus Radazu.
I don't know if Piccolo would be leaving, like, he'd go to Demon World because that's probably an immediate threat to Earth, but I don't know if he would go off planet.
Well, I mean, the Saiyans would eventually be a threat to Earth, because, I mean, we were going to have Rom try to invade Earth again, but we were like, nah, we're going to have the heroes come to him.
Yeah.
I mean, fucking... Oh, excuse me, fuck.
Cause see, what we were gonna do is like the Galactic Patrol is gonna come to Earth with like the Sadalan Princess Olive and a Galactic Patrolman, and they're gonna find Oob instead of Goku, and they're gonna ask Oob, it's like, hey, can you come help us beat, you know, Radazu and Romulus, because they're trying to take over the fucking universe. They killed Cooler. We don't know where Frieza is. You know, shit's going down, and then Oob is gonna be like, oh. Oob is going to remember Romulus from not only the Tree of Might, but his vision in the Pendulum Room, because he had a vision of Romulus twice, so he's going to be like, oh, I gotta go stop this guy. I had a vision of him twice when Goku was training me, and I saw him at the Tree of Might. I gotta go stop this motherfucker. So, Oob is going to go. He's probably going to ask Piccolo to come with him.
That's fair enough.
And then we can have Super Namekian Piccolo versus Super Saiyan Radazu.
And then Miharu's gonna come in from left field and say,
"Oh fuck no! Oh fuck no!" No, we're gonna have this fight on probably have this fight on like some barren planet where we meet up in the middle. Because I don't think it should be Sadala. Because I want the fight between Oob and Super Saiyan Romulus to like destroy the fucking planet, kind of like how Frieza versus Goku destroyed Namek. Like, it's gonna be a fucking insane fight.
I still need to kill Astra before I do anything. Goddammit!
Because it's gonna be super. It's gonna be super form Oob after he infused back with Fat Majin Buu. So it's gonna be the pure-hearted equivalent of Super Buu. Super Majub. Ooh, Piccolo, you were fucking right, man. I got me a bong. I'm satisfied.
Good. It's good for you.
Oh, shit.
That shit will hit you harder than for less weed.
Oh, yeah. Where the fuck did Rom go?
Oh. He had to go take a shit, man.
Oh, I'm back.
Oh.
I thought you guys could hear me.
Now, while we have Super Saiyan Rom versus Super Majub, we can have Super Saiyan Radazu versus Piccolo.
Yeah, I just gotta work out the details, because it's like, well, why are they gonna be on a barren world? You know?
Well, they just meet up there. They're like, oh, this is where Princess Olive is. What is this, a barren world? And then they come down, and then like they see Oob, and like maybe Princess Olive can like train with them and get powerful enough to fight with them too.
Fuck it, why don't I just have the battle just have the fight on Planet Cold like Rom went with Radazu to capture the world, and then they camped out there, and we have.
Well, I mean, they would take it over. They would take it and that's where they meet him. They're like, we can't let them get to Planet Namek because then that's when they're going to use the Dragon Balls. So they kind of go on like a reverse space adventure from Earth back to Cold, and that's where they fight. That's where they fight Rom and Radazu.
Oob and Rom can fight in the ruins of King Cold's castle and shit. It'd just be fucking...
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Either way, the fight is going to destroy the planet.
Okay. Well, nobody's going to miss
it. Because I think that's gonna be a fucking dope ass backdrop of destroying a slowly collapsing planet while the reincarnation of Majin Oob faces off against an evil Super Saiyan. That seems like a dope setup to me.
Super Saiyan who blew up the prison planet, the Galactic Patrol prison planet.
Yeah, it's literally gonna be like a fucking Frieza versus Goku fight. Cause it's like it's been set up that, you know, Oob is gonna fight Romulus. You know, I really like those fucking C boxes we did where he saw the vision of Romulus and had to fight him for a second.
Yeah, the pendulum room. That was fun.
Oh yeah.
Blue's got to fight all my villains in that shit. That was a funny part.
Oh yeah. What I always picture in my head, Oob is gonna defeat Romulus when he tries to. Cause which move is his that he does that where he's just like fuck it, I'm gonna destroy the planet. Which move is that he does?
It used to be called a Giga Cannon, but I changed it.
What is it?
I think it's gonna be called the Giga Burner. Because I've been using Burner a lot lately, so I don't know. Giga Burner. Maybe Giga Cannon. I might just use Giga. I don't fucking know, man. Yeah.
We'll choose one.
Yeah.
God damn it.
I don't know. What's better?
Giga Cannon.
What sounds better? Giga Burner or Giga Cannon?
Giga Cannon. Because don't you already have another one with the fucking burner?
Yeah, it's called the ROM Burner. it's called the ROM.
Yeah, so it's like, yeah, you might as well use Giga Cannon. Have some variation.
It is a cool move, even though it was inspired by a Digimon move. But I don't care. I don't care.
I always picture Rom using the fucking Giga Cannon. It's like, yeah, fuck this.
Yo,
you die. And he uses the Giga.
The Digimon who used the Giga Cannon was fucking badass. Anyways, he was...
Well, listen. Rom uses the Giga Cannon. Oob, like, fucking, he's trying to use a spirit bomb, but he's like, fuck this, I can't use it. So he absorbs the power of a spirit bomb, and then he fucking channels that energy into a dragon fist. And as Rom throws his Giga Cannon, he fucking goes right through it with the dragon fist, and fucking goes right through Romulus.
Then he dies.
Like a bitch.
So it'd be just like how Piccolo defeated Goku defeated Demon King Piccolo back in the day.
And then he gets reincarnated as a human girl on Earth. No, that'd be fucking horrible. That'd be fucking horrible. The sad thing is it would be the perfect setup because that's where Rom did die on Cold. And then they got reincarnated, but that's just too cringe for me, man. I don't know if I could do that again.
I mean, he can get reincarnated as an Earth Saiyan. He doesn't have to get reincarnated as a woman.
Yeah, let's not. How about we just don't do it at all?
Yeah,
let's do it.
Well, that's how I always picture Romulus getting defeated by Oob, is with a fucking dragon fist that kind of mirrors Goku defeating Demon King Piccolo.
And then Oob he's gonna start becoming more of the replacement for Goku. Or basically he would be by that time. Kind of.
Pretty much. Defeating the Galactic Emperor.
So that's gonna be the future the Z Wars is gonna be Oob as Goku. You're gonna have Moth Violet and you're gonna have Rikutsu's kind of like Rikutsu's like the new Vegeta, but he's a human. And then you got
still gonna have Piccolo as the mentor.
And Sorora, yeah, and you got old man Piccolo, who never ages, so he's just Piccolo. He just
it's cool. It's cool how Piccolo never really ages though.
Yeah, he's literally after all
he could theoretically keep up with the Saiyans.
Yeah, so literally, like, after all the other Z-Warriors are dead and it's just the Z-Teens grown up, like, Piccolo's still there in the same age. He's just like, yeah,
even when Gohan dies off, Piccolo would technically become the strongest person.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, I'm still here, now I'm the strongest person, okay, Z-Teen, so, yeah.
So, yeah, I'm training you now.
Yeah.
And see, I was going to have something with Oob where he kind of stops aging after a certain point because he has the Majin Buu inside of him. You know, once he gets to, like, 25 or something.
You don't get to be special like Piccolo. You age, motherfucker. You get older.
Oob, okay, do you honestly think Oob would fucking age after a certain point?
Yeah, he's just going to keep getting older. You know?
No, we're not. Yeah, he's become an adult. He has fucking Majin Buu inside of him. Like, when he fully unlocks his potential, he's gonna be able to control, like, all the fucking stretchy powers and the regeneration and shit. He can have all of that.
I'm gonna be like a fucking Luffy, throwing, like, fucking stretch punches and shit.
Fuck yeah. God, do you not think Oob would have that power, though?
I mean,
he literally is Majin Buu.
Dude, I've honestly...
He just hasn't unlocked his potential.
Yeah, I've never thought that deeply about Oob, because he's never been, like, one of those...
Just think about it. The reincarnation of Kid Buu, the purest form of Majin Buu. If he ever unlocks his potential, he would theoretically have all of the powers Majin Buu has. Regeneration, the stretchy powers, the constant. It seems like Majin Buu has an infinite potential to get stronger.
I think Majin Buu.
Because even in Super they wanted him for the Tournament of Power, but he fell asleep or some other bullshit.
Yeah, he does that. He just falls asleep sometimes.
Yeah, so think about it. Majin Buu is literally one of the strongest fucking beings in existence. You don't think Oob would eventually have those fucking powers and become one of the strongest people in existence just by being the reincarnation of Majin Buu?
Because what's gonna happen is Astrid's gonna come back for a second time. It's gonna be like Aladdin 2 when Jafar comes back, and what's gonna happen is he's gonna take Oob into a next dimension, but it's a real next dimension. It's a pocket dimension, and he's just stuck there. And then the other Z-Teens have to go after him, but it's just super hard to get to, and it's gonna take a while.
Well, remember one of Majin Buu's powers when they stuck him in the fucking hyperbolic time chamber? He really just shouted and fucking got out of there.
Stuck in a pocket dimension. Wondering how you got outsmarted by the Astrid.
It's gonna be you. Because I can outsmart Astrid. You can't.
Well, my Violet can outsmart Astrid. You know that.
Oh, bullshit.
You know that.
My Violet is an idiot.
How is she an idiot?
She nearly got killed by Vegeta.
You fucking bullshitted his power, you fucker! You said, oh, Vegeta's all of a sudden Super Saiyan 2, he was only ascended! I should have been able to wreck him. So we should, you know what, we should have to redo that shit. And this time I'm gonna this whole shit.
We need somebody to deter people like Mafia Kai.
This bullshit. My father should have beat up Vegeta. Should have been the exact opposite. Like, I mean, that'd be pretty fucking amazing to watch a Moth Girl beat the fuck out of Vegeta. I mean, that
just shows me that you love Moth Violet so much that you're willing to see her beat up Vegeta.
No,
Your favorite Dragon Ball Z character? What? I love Mars Violet. Ooh.
Oh, so that's
I love Mars Violet.
That's the angle you're gonna take down, huh? Well, first of all, it wasn't supposed to go down like that. You were supposed to. You were supposed to convince her not to do evil shit.
It was supposed to go down in Demon World. She wasn't even supposed to transform like that in the ESF prison.
Look, I mean, nobody was missing the ESF prison. Like, everybody was happy that thing got blown up.
Bitch, it wasn't even the prison. It was the main headquarters.
No, whatever. It was the main headquarters.
Yes, it was.
The one that Moth Violet blew up was the main headquarters. It was in. So yeah, so I mean, nobody's missing it. Nobody. Well, I mean, some people are, but like nobody of any importance. Like the Z Warriors. So basically, I was doing you guys a favor, I was spicing things up. So yeah.
Wasn't doing shit for us.
You need to respect Moth Violet, Blues. She is a serious character, okay?
No, the fuck she ain't.
You gotta admit, for a magical girl, she can look intimidating though. Like at least I picked a character that's not like.
No, you didn't. Kira looks lame as fuck.
Yeah, let me
Yo, I bought Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2 remake. I'm finna play the shit out this though.
Blues is just being mean to me now.
Look, listen, man, listen. Huh? I was playing Final Fantasy, so.
During the fucking session earlier today.
Oh no, I was playing Ghost of Tsushima.
Okay.
I didn't know you guys could hear that.
No, it wasn't very loud or anything. They just plowed right through it. But I could hear the PS4 sounds, like the menu. I was like, I wonder what it's like.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know why the fuck the PS4 sound is so goddamn loud. Oh, man. Seeing these old skateboarding videos takes me fucking back, bro. Jesus.
Look at that, Blues. Tell me that is not intimidating a little bit.
I'm not at the computer. I'm not looking at my screen. I'm not looking at
Oh, you dumb motherfucker. You're playing that stupid skater game. You're not even a skater.
Listen.
You're no skater.
Bitch, I've skated before, motherfucker. I ain't never been able to do no tricks or nothing but shit. I like skating, motherfucker, shit.
Well, you can't skating. You're using an inefficient transportation system. It's basically
Look, bitch, I got a car. I don't need to skate.
A plate with fucking wheels. Like you're Fred Flintstone.
Oh, shit.
Blues is high as fuck.
Anyway.
This podcast is going to hell. It's like the last one. It's going to straight to hell.
Anyway, listen.
Get yourself together, Blues. The podcast
is still going. Shut the fuck up. Damn.
Man, this...
I was going to talk to you about Moth Violet. Listen, Moth Violet is not a bad character. I just think you like her a little bit too much.
Look, I like playing her because she's an interesting character. That's it.
Is she though?
Yeah.
Is she though?
Yeah.
Is she though?
Yeah, for me, because
I think Sorora is more interesting than Moth Violet.
You can always return for the more advanced
Sora's good too. Yeah, I'd agree.
If you're having to miss lesson,
I don't know why. I like Moth Violet's story.
Left or hold the down button. Skate through the
So, I don't know, man. Muse works in mysterious ways sometimes. But she is the most badass magical girl to ever grace the DBZ community.
That's not true.
She is still mentioned on other sites. People have said that. It's like, oh, we mentioned her. It's like, that's right, you will mention her. You will never see a moth-themed magical girl like her again. That's for sure.
That's not true. I can make a magical girl better than fucking.
I told you you should play Aqua, Magic of Blues. Play Aqua.
No.
Konosuba.
No.
Yeah, you cannot outdo Blues. You cannot outdo me as a Saiyan. You're not gonna be able to outdo me as a Magica girl. A dark magic.
Oh, you saying I can't outdo you as a Saiyan? What?
You can't do me. You cannot outdo me as a dark Magica girl, and you cannot outdo me as Durand. It's impossible.
Catch air and let's complete the tapping. Let's practice.
I'm trying to motivate you here.
Bitch.
I mean, shit. That'd be pretty hilarious if this was the point where you were like, you know what, Rom? I am gonna play Magic of Blues. This is great. I'd be like, alright.
No, I'm not playing a fucking magical girl, bro.
You were thinking about it. You're like, wait a minute. Rom thinks he's better at me than something. Well, I'm gonna show him. It's like, alright.
Hey.
Go get him, Blues.
Yeah. Blues seems like he's like confused. Like, what are you doing?
I'm fucking trying to play as Tony Hawk.
You're supposed to be running a podcast, Blues.
Well, I'm trying to do heel flips and shit.
But you're supposed to.
I'm reliving my childhood right now, motherfucker.
This is why we're never gonna get sponsors like Ridge Wallet and shit, because you're playing Tony Hawk.
Ridge Wallet. I don't want to. What? I don't fucking use Ridge Wallet. Why the fuck would I be sponsored by them?
We're not gonna get the hydrant fucking things or the. We're not gonna get any of the nice stuff because you want to play Tony Hawk Pro Skater instead of having a success.
I wish it was Tony Hawk Underground.
Hey guys, let me tell you about Raycon before we get into the podcast here.
Hey guys, let me tell you about our sponsor, Ridge Wallet here. It's nice, it's rich, and it's a wallet.
Yeah. Like, listen, folks. I mean, if you don't have a Ridge Wallet, I mean, are you even really?
No, don't fucking. We can't sponsor Ridge Wallet without them actually being a sponsor. That's illegal.
It is?
Yes.
Oh. Well, I mean, it is your podcast, Blue, so I mean, if there's...
No, don't blame this on me. No, motherfucker.
Yeah, I mean...
No.
I mean, you're gonna be the one that's gonna get sued. You're the one with all the money, man. You're talking about you...
Who the fuck said that? You talking about, I can make Uber, Lyft, and break even.
You're selling like timeshares and like Corpus Christi to old boomers and
shit. Who the fuck? I wish. I'm gonna start doing that now that you fucking said it, shit. Now that you done fucking said it, I might just start doing that shit.
Selling shitty Texas beach property. Everybody forgets there's actually beaches in Texas, which is weird. You never...
Of course the beach is nice.
Padre Island, I hear, is really nice.
Yeah.
Corpus Christi's alright. I mean, it's nothing special for a beach. It literally is like brown water and it's like meh. I've seen way better beaches. Cali, Virginia.
Well, yeah, of course California has better beaches. They're on the fucking Pacific Ocean.
Virginia has better beaches.
Well, we got the Gulf of Mexico. We got the Gulf of Mexico, bitch.
Yeah, you get all
shit.
You get all that silk.
I'm fucking up Tony Hawk right now.
You get all that silk from the Mississippi. Podcast is a disaster. I'm sorry, folks. I know you're listening right now. It seems like we're not paying attention to you, but we care. We do. We care about you guys.
Do we really?
I mean, we try. We try to. You really do.
Don't lie to them. They're at all.
This podcast is it's a crime against humanity at this point. It's just...
Look, bitch.
One of our hosts is playing fucking Tony Hawk Pro Skater and he's high.
Yeah, so what?
Yeah.
So what? What's wrong with that?
When you're running a podcast, you're supposed to do the podcast. You could have asked Piccolo interesting question like, hey, what's going on in Ohio? You'd be like, you know, yeah, we
What the
got.
fuck's going on in Ohio? Ain't shit going on in Ohio.
You don't know that.
Fuck
You know
all
they
going
could
on here.
build. They could be building a new fucking like mall or something. Who knows?
Yeah,
Nobody building no fucking malls in Ohio.
They got a new dollar store. Got a new dollar store down the street. You don't know, they might have good knickknacks in there. Sometimes I go to the dollar store, they have nice things.
You know what's the most interesting thing that's happened to me in the past year?
What?
Is when I was working at the gas station, some Amish girl came in and bought 5 packs of condoms. That was about the most interesting thing.
Man, she must have been like, I don't know, she was on a mission.
She's gonna have a rough weekend.
Yeah, you live. I mean, you must get used to it, but that is kind of interesting because you live by like the Amish who literally, yeah, they literally like live like it's like the 1700s kinda.
They live up my ass. Fucking Christ. They still got generators and solar panels and fucking cell phones and cars and electric bicycles now and shit. Don't be fooled by their shit for a second.
Well, they just have the buggies for show now. It's like, hey, and we're, you know, we still know how to own horses. We still got our horse buggies.
Yeah, and they still send their 6, 7, 8-year-old kids out on tiny carts on the fucking state routes and shit like that. We just had a cart of 3 kids get fucking hit because their horse decided to veer off into the left lane, got hit by a truck that was there, killed 1 kid, and the other 2 are, I think, still in ICU fucking a month later. And they ain't shit gonna change about that at all. Nothing's gonna change.
Yeah,
they own the county.
Their buggies are all on the roads. That must be crazy.
They're using essentially wild animals. I mean, you can train a horse as much as you want, but at the end of the day, it can still do whatever it fucking wants.
That's true.
Fucking retard.
Yeah, that would get annoying after a while. Blues, it's time for you. It's time for you to get off the skateboard game and
look, motherfucker. What?
People need you. You're the owner of the site.
Yes, I understand this.
We need your hot takes. Tell us about
what?
Tell us about like how you feel about.
Manuals are great for increase up and down buttons to manual.
I want you to tell me like 5 things you like about Moth Violet. I want you to turn this show around. Some positivity. Tell me 5 things you like about Moth Violet.
What happened? 5 things I like about Moth Violet?
Yeah. No more games. You gotta focus on the show. We're reining it in. Stoner Piccolo agrees with me. He's like, yes, he agrees.
Don't be putting words into my mouth, man. We'll go back in this recording. I want proof of that. Thank you. You know how I am with these magical bitches.
Yeah. I mean, Stoner Piccolo's wary of me because I have like a sorceress and a magical girl. He's like, what's up with all these magical bitches? He's like, he was here for Dragon Ball Z and he got magic chicks.
Man, like, Baba's the only magical chick for me, you know? That wrinkly pussy.
Yeah. I agree with Piccolo. Anyway, no, okay, 5 things I like about Moth Violet. I mean, she's got a good story.
Do you like her design? Her design?
Not really.
God
She's
damn
just a magical girl.
Stay here to practice.
She's much more than just a magical girl. She's a dark magical girl.
Not really.
That's moth themed. There you go.
Wow. Sailor Moon is a light themed magical girl that's fucking sailor themed. Like, what the fuck?
Plus she's
You're
really
just using the
intimate.
face claim from Pretty Cure.
Oh, you know about it now. You've been researching.
Because you showed it to me.
No, you've been researching, man.
You wanted me to play Magica Red.
Yeah, I mean, Magica Red, Magica Blues, this doesn't matter. You got it. You could have played one of them, man. You could have done some things. I mean, I don't know what, but I mean, it would have been something.
Exactly. Tell me what I would have done. Tell me what I would have done as Magica Blues.
I have no idea.
Magica Pink. The gift that you so love to use, because it's a fucking this gift of a key sword.
I like the key sword. Don't make fun of the key sword. That fucking.
I wouldn't make fun of the key sword.
Dude, the way she wields, like she summons the key sword out of her hands. It's badass. Can't even diss that. It's a fucking sick move. You just don't like it because because you're sexist against pink.
A sexist?
Yeah.
What?
You're sexist against pink-themed magical girls that can wield swords. You know?
We just hate women.
Or it just hates women. I mean, it's it's one of the two.
Oh, I just hate women. Okay, alright.
Yeah, we're going all the way. You gotta justify, your hatred of Purity Cure and magical girls. Why do you hate them so much?
I don't know.
I
just do. It's natural for men like me to be misogynistic, you know?
You didn't even say the 5 things you liked about Moth Violet. You said only like 2.
I said, okay, she has a good story, she has all of Rob's cool techniques, I guess her relationship with Kutsu is nice. That's about it, 5 things about my life. That was 5 things, right?
Well, you know what? Blues did admit that if Soror didn't exist, he would have had Oob date her. So there you go. There's the 5th.
I mean, if Rakutsu wasn't already dating her, maybe Oob would have tolerated her enough to date her.
Which basically means he would have definitely taken that. He would have.
Cause Oob can't stand Moth Violet. He doesn't mind Dahlia. He can't fucking stand Moth Violet.
That Moth Violet's gone anyways now. It's just Dalia.
Skate at an angle up to a wall.
So you're wrong again. You're wrong again.
I'm still transforming to Moth Violet.
Wow, you're killing it.
Moth Violet.
Oh.
Moth Violet.
This podcast was a fucking atrocious. What are we gonna do, Blues? What are we gonna do? How we gotta turn this podcast around? Tell us, Piccolo. What do you want to see on the site? This hot seat. What do you want to see? What do you want to see on the site? More action.
What do I want to see on the site? Of course, more action.
Stoner
I want to see some new fucking members. That's what I want to see.
Well, wasn't Forte supposed to advertise and do all that? Like, wasn't he like?
We did it on Discord, but it's like we ain't getting no new members right now. I don't know fucking why.
He probably like only advertised like on 2 places or some shit. And then he stopped. He's like, you know what? I'm good for the week. He's like,
we need a form advertisement actually.
Well, you gotta be. I guess you're gonna have to be the one that advertises at least the HTML shit. Just copy and paste it. Go find you some One Piece sites that are still popular and post that shit. Like, hey, you like pirates? We got pirates. Okay, we got pirates in space. It's like the same thing. Let's be like that.
Advertise on your fucking Facebooks or some shit.
Yeah, Blues, advertise on your Facebook.
You too.
Oh yeah, you know, that'd be great. Be like, hey, do you like Moth Girls and Killer Saiyans? Well, the first thing they would say is, what the fuck's a Moth Girl and a Killer Saiyan? And then it would devolve into, what are you doing? What are you doing advertising this weird shit? And I'd be like, well, you listen. It's a long story. It goes back to Toonami. And then I'd go into it, and it'd be like a 3-hour story about how, you know, I watched this anime show when I was a kid, and it just, you know.
No, you ain't gotta give them that. Just tell them, hey, this is based on DBZ. Go ahead and look up what the fuck that is. You come here, you can write, and you can make your own original character magical bitches and shit, just like me. So then, come on over and have a spanking old time, Cheerio.
That's exactly it. Oh. Blues, what kind of elevator music are you listening to?
I'm playing Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2.
Yeah, but you know, this isn't what the people paid us for, you know? Like, what are we gonna...
People don't fucking pay us for shit.
But what you gotta like hypothetically think like they are paying us. They'd be really pissed off that you got this like elevator, like, this is like some PS1 music shit.
This game came out on the fucking PS2,
like,
bitch.
This does remind me of some cheesy ass like 90s music, like, god damn it, Blues. Well, since Blues wants to do, you know, skating for shekels or some shit, let's
skating for shekels?
Yeah.
Bitch, I will... Nah, I'm not gonna say that.
So what do you think of the current state of the site? Do you think we're kind of spread out too thin, Piccolo? Should we all focus on Earth? What do you think?
Man, just... I have no fucking idea. I only half pay attention. Shit happens so fast that I'll come back like 2 days later and they're like, yeah, that saga's fucking done. We moved on to this back. What? God damn it.
That is
we kind of need to slow the fuck down.
I haven't even worked on Zeta in a little bit, but I'm gonna work on it more this week.
That's our problem. We just need to slow the fuck down.
How do we even do that? Because
and work on one thing at a time, maybe.
So should we raid it back into Earth for now, and just I guess Earth and the Demon Saga, since they're intertwined, save the space shit for later?
I mean,
Astrid is supposed to be like the main thing right now, and then the Demon World after that. Yeah, we should fucking shove our fists up Astrid's ass and make his head pop off, and then go to the Demon World and rip the dwarf's dick off and make him eat it, and then
everybody gets to acknowledge the Moth Violet is a very valuable asset to the Z Warrior team, or Z team.
Oh my god. Fuck Moth Violet, bro. Jesus.
Oob's gonna be the first one. He's gonna be like, listen, you know, I thought you were kind of like... But Oob's gonna realize, you know, that she...
Fuck Moth Violet, man. Jesus Christ. The fuck is up with this bitch, dog? God damn. You love this hoe.
Like, I like the concept, and her design is fucking amazing. Like, look, I will never...
Magical girl.
Dude, I'll never watch...
Magical girl.
Dude, you gotta admit, I've shown you the... Blues, I've shown you the design. You know, you fucking piece of shit.
Violet, she's so awesome. I love this so much.
She just needs to get laid, man. Her recruits
Yeah,
to get busy.
Yeah, make her older and have her smash Rikuchu.
Yeah, we might need to like push their age up a little. Like I don't know. I don't know how that's gonna happen.
All these damn kids. The hormones and shit.
That's what I'm saying, man. You got these fucking kids running around and shit. You got Pan and Bullet fucking 10 and 11 and shit. Now you got fucking Rikusu 13, Moth Violet 15. Like, what the fuck is up with all of these goddamn kids? They're like, what the fuck?
The youngest one should be 15 with the ones, older than
like,
that.
Oob is fucking 17, bro. Like, goddamn.
Yeah. Piccolo's gonna realize.
All these young ass kids and shit fucking up here with Oob and shit. Yeah, what the fuck is going on?
You know what'd be fucking hilarious is like time passes by and like all the new Z teens, they grow up and they completely forget like Piccolo's been around all this time like with Goku, and he's just like, oh, Piccolo's been here all the time. He's always been our friend. It's like, but they don't remember like he was like a part of them too. Like the old school, they're just like, oh no, he's been our friend the whole time. It's like, wait, no, I've been here a lot longer, and it's like, no, you're part of us. It's like, no, like really, I was like Goku's arch enemy, and it'd be fucking. Nobody remembers the shit because they're all dead. It's like the Piccolo's here. So he could tell us stories. It's like, well, I remember back when we fought Frieza, and it's like, oh, okay, that's nice. That's nice. How long ago was that? Was that 15 years ago? Or 20, 30?
Was what, 30 years ago?
Like the Frieza fight.
Yes, like 20-some years ago, yeah.
That's what I'm saying, man.
Because I know the Red Ribbon Army, I think, is about almost 40 years ago.
Damn.
Piccolo.
Because Dragon Ball Z takes place in a fucking really small amount of time.
It'd be hilarious if this Piccolo was there and he never changed. He was like just a constant. So like all these different generations of Z-Teens warriors would just appear. Like, then you got like Oob's kid and Rikutsu's and Mothba, and he just repeatedly goes through this hellscape of different generations of heroes who are fuck-ups. It's like, kinda get tired of this. It's just like, I don't know, I don't know what he would do. He's like ascend to the next dimension or some shit. He's like, I gotta go.
Like, man, I've tried this fucking new generation of fighters 5 times, fucking
yeah,
years now.
It's like the fucking 5th time. It's like the Earth Heroes this time's like a fucking a dog man or something. It's like one of those human animals. It's like, I'm just done. I was done with the Moth Girl, and now there's like a dog man with a fucking magical pole, and it's like, it's over. I'm out of here. Blues is, I think Blues...
He's living his childhood right now.
I think Blues needs to he needs to innovate.
About the child.
He needs to innovate.
Like what? What do I need to do? What do I need to do to innovate?
You need to innovate, man. We need Oob to like, I don't know, man. He needs to like go out on an adventure in like the sea. He needs to go out to the seas, and like he plunges into the depths, and he goes to like a underwater world. Not like Atlantis, but it'd be like more like a cross between Atlantis and the Jar Jar fucking thing. I can't even hear anybody. What happened?
Nothing.
Oh, it's like, okay. So he goes down there. He finds the water world, and it's like, they teach him to be a water person. And so now when he submerges, he's a completely different. All he knows is water attack. So he knows water key attack, so he can use splash, can do water cut. You know, he just is a fucking. He's like a tanned Aquaman, and so that's what he is.
So Aqualad.
Yeah, he's gonna be Aqualad. I think we lost Blues. I think he died. Probably overdosed finally. It's like. Oh,
yeah, I know. I've seen so many people overdose on marijuana. It's not funny no more.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like one day we're gonna wake up and Blues is like, he never shows back up and it's like, man, he probably overdosed. I'm like, fuck. Now what the fuck are we supposed to do? Now Forte's gonna run the site? That shit ain't going down. Site war. That's what it is. It's gonna be site wars.
What happened?
It'll be a real civil war.
Yeah. Blues doesn't even know.
What?
He didn't even hear that part. He's never gonna know. He's never gonna know.
Oh my god,
What?
back to life.
Tell me right now, I'm gonna ban you for fucking 2 days from the C-Box.
We said if Blues overdosed, then Forte would be in charge, and then I'm like, site war. It's site wars. Zeta. Yeah.
The fuck am I gonna overdose on?
I don't know.
That deadly marijuana.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Alright.
Blues actually takes so much acid he thinks he is Oob, and he goes out on the streets fighting.
Oh, Jesus. Fuck no. Fuck you.
I really can fly, watch.
Where's my
The
soror?
most I've taken, the most I've ever taken at one point is fucking 3.
Oob would be like, Blues would be like, where's my soror? And the dudes on the block would be like, who the fuck you talking about? Sorora, man, Sorora!
Astrid, take her again, that's
Wow.
runs off to the police station.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Like, alright,
You
somebody
bastards.
tase this fucking kid. Jesus
Yeah.
Christ.
Kid ain't right.
They just shoot my ass.
Yeah, it's true. They'd probably shoot you first.
They just shoot my ass. Where the fuck? Okay, here we go.
Does anything happen in C-Box, or is it still the same?
Probably still dead.
I gotta wake up in the morning and do makeup homework. Monday, I actually didn't have any homework. Now I do, because I didn't get the shit done.
See?
Yeah.
You done fucked up.
Man, I'm irresponsible as fuck, man.
That's what happens when you go back to fucking school.
I know, man. Fucking trying is like... trying is hard. Like, fuck, man. I could literally... The sad thing is, I could have a good setup if I just didn't try and I just worked... I could literally just work Uber. If I just not give a fuck. I could just live in this shitty apartment forever and it'd be alright. It wouldn't be all that bad. I'd probably get it... I gotta get a better apartment than this, but still... It's not all that bad. The neighbors are what makes it bad here, cause they're dirty as fuck. I keep my apartment snazzy. Oh God, it's more of this Elijah Blues date shit.
That was earlier.
Oh, them future people with their purple hair trying to smash.
Yeah, Oob finally crossed a Weeb Rubicon where now he's playing future chick who's dating Elijah. So. Spanish Gohan.
And he won't play a magical girl for you.
No, he won't.
Hey.
Yeah, I thought
This purple-haired bitch is Future Trunks' daughter.
I thought Blues was becoming my best friend, but he won't even play a fucking magical girl for me.
Fuck magical girl. Fuck him.
Yeah.
Fuck him.
Why you gotta be like that, Blues?
Fuck him.
Where's that image?
No,
at?
in their fireballs
Fuck
and lightning bolts
them.
everywhere.
Fuck them. Magical girls are gay.
Coming from the person who's like a future girl courting a fucking Spaniard in C-Box, so there you go.
It's not gonna last.
He's a half dragon. Come on, man.
She's gonna break his heart.
Oh, okay.
I want to be there for that moment.
Gonna break his heart one day. Probably gonna be soon.
Gonna break his heart, man. Damn.
Yeah. Gotta do it the Spanish girl high. You can't have everything. Can't always get the girl. You can't have Zampi and you can't have fucking future girl. Gotta teach Spanish girl how to listen.
Yeah, I imagine Spanish Gohan, like, I don't really know a lot about Spain, but I'd imagine, like it's like a whimsical, like, land where he's just hunting down, like, he's like Spanish Mario, and he's hunting down, like, golden doubloons, and, like, he's fucking, he thinks, like, hot women are all in castles, so he thinks of Heather, and he's like.
I mean, they actually do have castles in Spain, so I mean, that ain't that
no,
far off.
it ain't that far off, but, like, I mean, he's like, he thinks.
They actually got them shits.
He thinks he's gonna come here, he's gonna come ashore on a galleon and shit, and he's gonna come down, and he's gonna go to South Carolina and find Heather, and he's like, oh, well, you know, she's on a plantation or some shit, and he's like, oh, well, they got walls too, and it's like, no, it's like, they don't have walls for the plantations. It's like, what's gonna happen is they're gonna mistake him for being Mexican and make him go, like, you know, like, mow the fucking lawn for, like, low wages and shit. Yeah, it's like, he's like, no, I'm not that Spanish. I'm the real Spanish. And it's like, nobody in the South is gonna believe him. Be like, listen, you go mow lawn for $10, and then, you know, it goes downhill from there. Like, I mean, he's basically just fucking, you know.
How long have you been doing this podcast?
He's become Heather's gardener at that point. I mean, it's just fucking ridiculous.
How long have you been doing this podcast?
Nobody knows.
We doing almost 2 hours. It's like an hour and 41. This podcast is barely like a C-. It's fucking horrible. Like, I hope you enjoyed my fucked up, you know, Spanish gardener joke. So hope you enjoyed that. Came up with that myself.
Yeah, that's all you.
Blues is playing
That's
like
all you.
Tony Hawk Pro Skater, and, you know, Drunko Piccolo's angry about Amish people with their wagons.
Amish people with their wagons.
Yeah.
Fucking boofers.
I'm just trying to find this image because it's like it.
Rom's a fucking boomer.
I'm not a. How am I a boomer? What are you talking about?
Just old.
I'm not that old. Like, how old do you think I am?
Fucking boomer. You fucking 45, dude.
What?
It's boomer age, man. You fucking 45, Jesus.
Goddamn Zoomer. See,
Zoomer.
This could have.
What? You offended that you got called a boomer, so now you're a Zoomer. Yeah, you said you're a Zoomer.
See, Blues, if you'd stop being gay.
Cardi B, a boomer. You're a Zoomer.
Blues, if you'd stop being gay.
That's what the kids say.
Blues, if you'd stop being gay and you'd play Magic of Blues, this could be us right now.
What is this? 1964? Is that calling shit gay?
That could be us right now. But no, you don't want to play Magic of Blues.
Why you being homophobic?
You don't want to play Magic of Blues and
you
have
your wife?
A romantic Magica and Magica moment.
Are you still beating your wife?
Doing what?
Are you still beating your wife?
Beating my wife?
Yeah, are you still beating your wife?
Look, I mean, I mean, I don't have a wife right now, man. It's like I don't.
Still be your wife?
I'm MGTOW, you know. I'm like.
You never got unmarried.
You never got unmarried.
You never got unmarried.
I am red dawn.
You never got divorced. You never got divorced.
Bro, I am so red dawn, red pill. I don't even need.
You got married at 21.
No,
divorced at 23.
My kids are all gonna be in test tubes. You know, that's how I get around.
You got married at 21, divorced at 23, didn't like the marriage.
Yeah.
Married for 2 years, got tired of your wife, divorced her, and now you're here.
You didn't even see the image of our friendship. You didn't even see the magical girl friendship. You're just like, you just ignore that shit.
Oh, and that's so cute.
And talk to speak. It's like, you know. See, Blues, you don't even pay attention to what's going on. Is this ridiculous?
Because it's bullshit. That's all it is. Just a bunch of bullshit. But shit, man, I think we should end it here. I'm getting kind of tired.
I don't even know what to do with myself. It's like, fuck, I gotta wake up and do more homework. It's like, you know, it would have been nice not to be able to, you know, wake up and do whatever I want to do. What's the point of being unemployed when you can't even do what you want to do? You know? It's like a fucking curse.
You just gotta cram all that shit and do it all, and then you can have all the free time you want.
Yeah. Blues, what the fuck's going on over there?
Skynet's taking
Yeah. He sounds like a fucking dying Decepticon or some shit. What the fuck?
I don't know what's going on.
Alright. Listen, folks, you know, before we go, I just want to tell you, look, the podcast, sometimes with the podcast, right, it doesn't go exactly how we had planned it. Now, we didn't actually plan this one, but sometimes we do. Sometimes we do. We write a script. Just so happens that, you know, Blues thinks that it's Tony Hawk Pro Skater shit and not playing Magic of Blues is important. You know, and I'm disappointed. Like, I mean, I'm with the fans on this one. I'm disappointed, kind of sad. You know, I feel like we neglected Stoner Piccolo. We could have asked him more questions about his adventures in Ohio.
Same question 3 times.
We could have asked him more questions about Ohio and fucking what he's doing. What's up with
Ohio?
Yes, what's going on with Stoner Piccolo, Blues?
Not a goddamn thing.
Blues has squandered this moment. And I mean, you can't even hear what he's saying. It's like he doesn't know what's going on. His interference and jamming signals and shit. You barely know what's going on with the guy. You know? I've sent him, you know, I send him images of symbolism, and he doesn't get it. He doesn't get it. He doesn't get any of it. Just a fucking, I don't know where I'm going with this. Look, I mean, yeah, I got the election coming up, so, you know, I mean, they both suck. That's the thing, and the holidays are coming up. You know, Halloween's coming up soon. Couples, everybody knows the hottest couples costumes is going to be, you're going to dress up as Antifa, and your girl is going to dress up as a right-wing militiaman. That's what you got to do. You got the power couple, and they walk into the party. So you have that. We got Halloween coming up, and the election. Did I miss anything? More riots. We're definitely gonna have more riots. The shit burning down. More auto zones on fire. I'm sure by the end of the year, Blues will overdose and Forte will take over as he'll be the Zuckerberg of the community. He'll be like a robot. He'll be like, now I'm in charge. Now I will make site good. And it'll go to shit real quick. It'll be like it'll be models and Mega Man characters all over the place. It's gonna be a disaster. It's gonna be an absolute disaster. And Blues will be dead. We won't know what to do. I mean, we won't know what to do. What will you do, Piccolo, when this happens? This nightmare scenario of
I'm gonna do the same thing I do now. I'm just gonna get drunk and try to ruin people's times.
Alright. That's not an incorrect answer. So, I mean, Jesus. I mean, Blues ain't even here anymore. He's gone. I mean, there's so much interference. It's like he's in Chernobyl or some shit, and he's dying of radiation. I mean, who fuck knows? What is this? What is this anymore? Is this a podcast? Am I in hell? Is this like my punishment?
No, purgatory, man.
This is purgatory. Oh, well, I guess we'll end it here, folks. We'll see you next time. For the show. I'm sure we covered a lot. You learned a lot. You know what's going on the site. You know the things that the other people don't know on the site, and they're the actual ones that actually RP on the site. They don't know what the fuck's going on. They don't know what we're talking about. They don't watch the episodes. Neither should you. Why you should go fucking take up a real hobby. Go hiking or learn. I don't know. Become a master chess player. Do something. Make something of yourself. That's where I'm leaving it.